Oh, hey, I'm sorry.
Hello there! This is our final meetup to look over the Fortnite and Batman crossover comic book series. This should be the end, but I don't think it is. You'll get what I mean very soon. This is the series in which we break down everything that happens to the Caped Crusader and what that means for the storyline of Fortnite Battle Royale. So sit your butt down for 10 minutes and enjoy a few terrible jokes. Think about using code ADAMARU to help me pay my bills, and if you're ready, let's do this.
Batman Fortnite Zero Point.
A quick recap. A mysterious crack in time and space appeared in Gotham City. Batman found himself kicked into it alongside Harley Quinn. Now in the loop and unable to speak, Batman creates a bond with Catwoman without ever saying a word. And the two somehow figure out how to escape. FYI, it's being the last alive in the very center of the final storm circle. Now out of the loop, the two can speak and join other survivors, but everyone is missing their memories. Using those bunkers we've seen for years, they break into an underground facility, seemingly run by a mysterious group called I.O. Finding the Zero Point, the group realizes they can go back home. Some make it back to their homeworlds, and others are cut into 1,000 pieces. Just as this whole thing reached a resolution, a sudden double cross from Deathstroke left Batman and Catwoman stranded and unable to get home, but luckily they have the portal device. Now issue 6, the final part of the story. And yep, the portal device is broken. The Zero Point is permanently stuck on the island, which is now officially referred to as the Loop. Batman tells us that we need 3 people from the homeworld to recalibrate the Zero Point and remembers Harley Quinn, the woman who has repeatedly beat him senseless, and how she is likely from his homeworld. Selina feels the same too, and the duo go back into the loop and attempt to recruit Harley. Can we note that Batman is daydreaming about Harley Quinn flossing? The world's greatest detective is thinking about this. Okay buddy. Here's a very interesting part. The duo are worried about returning to the loop and losing their memories, but we already know this is not a concern. Back during the Zero Point Crisis event, Jones told us that without the portal device, he would lose his memory. So as long as Batman or Selina has that device, they're gonna be fine. The bigger question right now is if the portal device will allow more than one person to retain their memories and the ability to speak. Only one way to find out. They yeet themselves back into the loop, and as predicted, there is no confusion, there is no memory loss. Batman deduces the worst case scenario is spending too long here and slowly losing their minds. Just like Thor, the god of thunder and comic books. Our heroes set out to find Harley. Hitching a ride and thanking the bus driver, the duo scan for Quinn, who can be found beating the crap out of nobody's favourite characters, Cuddle Team leader Ruckus and the king of the Wild West, Mancake. Come on down to the butt of my... Without hesitation, the Spandex team attempt to subdue Harley. Wait up a sec. Okay, DC and Fortnite, I'm all for these shots of ladies' butts and other things, but can we get some gender equality here? Maybe a bit of bat booty, please.
Oh yeah. Oh, so sexy.
Well, that was weird. Bats and cats are using non-lethal moves, and Catwoman proves that she's a real Fortnite gamer with a I tagged her call, and then boots her in the boob.
Oh, right in the tit.
Harley isn't going without a fight and gives Batman more PTSD with another nose-shattering strike. If only we could make her understand we want to take her home, Batman proclaims. Suddenly, Harley replies, or maybe you numbskulls could figure out that I don't want to go. Whoa, pause a sec. How is this possible? There's a few ways this could happen. We have witnessed some NPCs having the ability to talk, largely thought to be something they lose over time, again like Thor.
Indeed.
Or this could be due to Harley being close to the portal device. That would also explain why Batman can speak when he isn't in contact with it. Officially, Harley tells us she can speak because she's amazing, and I think it's hard to disagree. Bruce explains the plan to go home, and Harley thinks over the offer, but shuts it down. She likes living in the loop, she likes causing mayhem constantly. She's happy here. And to compound all that, Batman takes one to the family jewels. Don't expect any baby Bat kids anytime soon, Selina. Who'd thunk it? It turns out Batman doesn't like being kicked in the nuts and uses gender equality to knock out Harley Quinn. Bruce picks up Quinn, and as Catwoman is about to use a device, just like we saw Jonesy do many times before, here's another bombshell. Another Batman, another Catwoman, and look, B-Tech Wish versions of Bane and the Joker.
Explosions! I have no idea what the explosions are, Bane.
A long battle ensues as both sides are perfectly matched. We now receive confirmation from the world's greatest detective that snapshots are created by the island and can vary greatly. This snapshot created battle armor far beyond our own Batman. You could say this Batman is built different.
I'm built different.
But strangely, these snapshots cannot speak. I tried to figure out why that was, and maybe snapshots can never speak, but the original versions of each character can. Not great, but it works. Batman throws down a flashbang as Selina opens the rift to go back to the Zero Point. Reconnecting the energy supply and relocating their homeworld, Batman sets up an explosive batarang to close the portal the moment they leave. Catwoman attempts to convince Batman to stay in this world and be happy together. It seems like Selina has an irrational feeling that something bad will happen if they return home. One thing this series has told us, every touching moment is broken up by violence. And this is the case this time. Harley Quinn awakes, gives them a quick beating, and then runs away. We should note that she's technically outside the loop right now, and unless she finds someone else, she will live here alone forever. Man, that's a scary thought. See you later, flossing girl. Selina continues to push Batman to stay here and be happy together, just like their snapshots were. The thought that their memories returning will end up seeing them on opposing sides is torture to Catwoman. She doesn't want to lose the relationship they've built whilst here. Batman admits to feeling the same way, but he's Batman and he's got to do the right thing. And the right thing is going back to Gotham. They jump through the Zero Point, never to return to the island or the loop. The batarang beeps, ready to explode. They made it, and the explosion closes the rift. They did it, successful mission, and suddenly, all their memories come flooding back. Every time they've encountered each other. From wedding rings to separation, their entire lives changed in a moment. Selina walks away. We should have stayed. Batman is all somber now and depressed and speaks to Commissioner Gordon, who thanks him for closing the rift and saving the city. This is the end of the story in Gotham, but over in Metropolis, things are evolving. At LexCorp, everyone's favourite slaphead is speaking to Deathstroke. This whole thing was a ruse. Deathstroke was sent in to provoke Batman into finding a way back to Gotham. While at the Zero Point, he set up a secret device to link Metropolis to the Zero Point and the loop. Lex wants to harness its power. And then another voice joins the conversation. The real mastermind here, the Batman who laughs. If you don't know him, he's a relatively new villain who's both the Joker and the Batman in one. He's the key bad guy in the multiverse timelines along with Lex, which perfectly fits into the Fortnite story. Batman Who Laughs has an iconic red and black speech bubble in all DC comics, which remains here in the Fortnite series too. I love that touch. But there's another person at this meeting, someone from the Imagined Order, Dr. Sloan. Alongside an IO guard, Sloan is aligning herself with the two most evil men in DC history. Lex points out a bit of lore for us, confirming that IO are called they by the natives, and it seems like an incidental comment, but by going back through the story and Fortnite history, we can take the word they and replace it with IO. Remember when the Seven left us this message?
What the seven of us are attempting is very risky. I suspect they are not the only ones watching, but it must be done or we lose the bridge forever.
So the Watchers are the Imagined Order. So I wonder if this is the bridge. The Zero Point could be it. We won't go down that rabbit hole today. I do plan on going back and finding all the references to they to see if adding IO changes the context at all. But yeah, that's a video for another day. Let's crack on. The story ends with Sloan telling Lex to look outside. A new rift has opened here in Metropolis, a tear bigger than any we've seen before. The final line confirms this is only the beginning, far from the end. So it looks like Superman's arrival this season was always part of the plan by Lex Luthor, and IO and the Batman Who Laughs are all in on this. I guess we should look out for these skins in future. And of course this season's unlockable skin, Superman himself. Everything here is screaming for another crossover season like we had with Marvel a few months back. What do you think about that? What do you think about more DC content? And what do you think about this 6-part series? I'd love to know your thoughts. I'm Adam, you're awesome. Thanks for going on this journey with me. I'll be in the comments seeing who has the best predictions for the future. See you soon. Thank you, code ADAMARU Legends. I'll be back in my DMs tonight to reply to more of you. Ta-ta!